It's about maintaining connectivity with the rest of the world. Now, if we believe the numbers that Gartner has put out, by 2015, 17% of all internet connections are going to be running IPv6. And of that, 28% of all the new connections are going to be running that protocol. That might sound, maybe it's not a huge number, but that equates to about 419 million users by today's numbers, by today's population. And that's just a few years away. That could be 2.5 years away. So that's a big number. That's like saying you're going to forget about the entire population of the United States and maybe Canada and a bit of Mexico put together. And if those people are using IPv6, well, guess what? They're using the latest technology, and they may not be the earliest adopters, but they're early adopters. And they're more likely to buy new products. And so if you're building new technology, you've got exciting products, they're the people that are going to buy it. We're all driven by mobility. Let's face it, it's not slowing down. It's going larger. And whatever you read about, the patent litigation between Apple, Samsung, all this other noise out there, forget about it. But that's just driving the whole need for consuming IP addresses. It's pushing us all to look at how we allocate addresses a lot more carefully. I know we're not going to run out of IP addresses on IPv6, but we're going to have a real mess if we don't think about how we're going to allocate them and how we're going to manage them.
Edging even closer to an honest-to-goodness business case, it's not inconceivable that an enterprise with no IPv6 adoption plans might be stuck having to purchase IPv4 addresses outright. Borders' recent bankruptcy saw them sell their existing /16 at $12 per address for a princely sum of $786,000. Of course, they're not the only organization that's recently had to sell IP addresses in bankruptcy. Nortel last year, back in 2011, I believe it was, sold 666,000 addresses at $11.25 a pop for $7.5 million. So it seems like maybe there's a bulk discount at work in there somewhere, but I don't know if it's going to help you much if you're just purchasing a /24 or /23. And complicating this is, of course, the fact that ARIN is now going to allow inter-region transfers of IP space to APNIC. So APNIC, of course, the region being already exhausted of IPv4 space, as you're well aware of, will actually increase the competition for available IPv4 space in the United States, in North America, so we may see an increase in the cost of IPv4 addresses going forward.
And there's another nice technology. If you want a killer app for IPv6 as a network protocol, it's probably mobile IP. Mobile IP lets you maintain state. If you're talking on the phone, you need state. If you're remotely controlling another device, right, you have a VNC session or something, then it's nice to have state. And what mobile IP does is it allows you to rewire your network forward on, because it basically transforms the network into something that we can use for everything. And I can take my laptop, I can log into my computer at work, I can work remotely, and I can be on a bus, I can be on a train, I can be in my house. Every time I transition the network, guess what? I'm still connected. I don't lose connectivity. It's huge. It's huge for application developers. But again, it comes down to one thing. Can we allocate the addresses right? Can we do the handover properly? Very, very key and critical issues.
And I think this also opens up IP to really be the protocol. When you have ease of addressability, and many of you who've built large systems know that once you get naming right, and addressability is what I call naming, many other problems just fall out naturally. So once you get naming right, you're going to do well. And IPv6 gets that right for the internet. I think it allows you to replace many other protocols that are ad hoc protocols within devices, for example, inside of car controls. Many other ad hoc network protocols might be replaced by IP because the addressability is there, because they don't have to work with any constraints in terms of naming.